Hey everyone, welcome to Right Side Up. My name is Nevaeh Souza. I am an 18-year-old YouTuber from North Idaho, and this is my passion project. I am so excited to be filming my first episode. I appreciate all of your guys' patience and support so much. This has been a lot of work to get this whole channel put together, and this is definitely going to be a learning curve for me. I literally just got it to where I'm ready to post. My mom and I put together this little mascot with my extremely amateur Photoshop skills. She's a little stack of pancakes. Her name is Pam. Pam Cake the Pancake. She's got a little egg accessory on her head there, a little American flag. She's very patriotic. She loves America. Basically, the point of this channel is just to kind of dive into some of these cultural moments and the stuff that's just going on around us, because there is a lot going on around us. Like, let's be honest, this is kind of a crazy time right now. As a Gen Zer, it's kind of interesting just to watch. I mean, a lot of stuff is changing. I just want to jump right into it. And the first thing I want to talk about is Gen Z sexist. That's something I thought would never come out of my mouth. We're Gen Z, you know? Like, we're modern. There's no sexism. Maybe angry feminists, you could probably count that as sexism. There are a lot of new trends that are arising on the internet, and it's basically all anyone is talking about right now because it is making such a difference in the way that men and women are seeming to behave all of a sudden. Everyone knows there's kind of this divide between men and women. It's been there for a while, but it seems to get progressively worse. They are saying that there are these new trends that are arising, which there definitely is. We will get into that. Of all of these ways for life for men and women, and pushing this different dynamic for men and women that we aren't as used to seeing in our society right now, that they're saying is harmful. Something that's catching a lot of heat right now is the trend of Tradwives. Tradwives are basically just women who are going back to embracing traditional gender roles, being homemakers. You know, they wear these prairie dresses and they have red lipstick and their hair is perfectly curled and they sometimes have 14 kids. I mean, the one tradwife that did have 14 kids, it turned out that she actually had no kids and she wasn't even married, and that the entire thing was just this lie and this persona. Is the tradwife aesthetic just pushing this ideal that isn't even achievable and not the realities of motherhood and being a wife? Or does it paint motherhood and being a wife in the beautiful picture that it is, and it's really good for young girls to watch? So there is this whole debate there, but then there's also the trends like red pill men and red pilled women. Red pilled men are men who basically woken up to the fact that society is structured around women and men are drawing the short end of the stick, and that women have this like inherently manipulative, evil nature that they need to be self-aware of and overcome. Red pilled women, they're the self-aware ones. So let's read some tweets from self-aware women, shall we? Women shouldn't be allowed to have social media unless it's moderated by their father or husband. Imagine having like a set screen time or a parental control when you're like 45 years old. You're like, hey husband, can I watch this PG-13 movie? It's Jurassic Park. This is a meme saying when I met her versus now that we're together. This is what this woman looked like when she was trying to catch a man, and now that she's got a man, she looks like this. To me, I'm like, you know, she's comfortable. She's in her, are those his, I'm assuming those are the guy's shorts. Like, she's just comfortable with you, you know? A woman shared this and replied, tragic. It's gross how women stop trying to look attractive once they secure a man. This woman is responding to an engagement announcement post. She wrote, congrats on the engagement, but getting down on your knees for a woman reeks of low-T energy. You're already starting off the marriage bowing down to her and submitting to her. Men, please stop doing this. I wonder what this woman's proposal looked like. Did her husband just walk up to her and was like, hey, guess what? We're getting married. Nothing you can do about it. What is wrong with a man getting down on one knee to propose? It's just a sign of respect. You are asking for her hand in marriage. And all the years I've been on the internet, I have never seen anything like this. This is interesting. Women are just voluntarily degrading themselves and other women for no reason. It's kind of crazy. So there's this whole whirlwind of controversy. I mean, the entire internet right now is fighting over what a man's place is, what a woman's place is, and the entire gender divide, basically. It's kind of out of control. So as a young Gen Z woman, I want to have my own family one day. I want to get married one day. So it's kind of interesting to watch all this take place. I'm seeing all these articles that are like, anti-feminism among Gen Z, is Gen Z sexist? With modern feminism, I feel like most people can agree that it has gone so far in certain aspects. It got so extreme that men were just feeling so attacked.
Are men and women equal?
Actually, women are better than men.
Do we need men? Most answered very quickly, no, because men are useless.
If you held the door open for a woman, you might get yelled at because you're telling her that she can't hold the door open for herself. Or things like I stumbled upon this entire Twitter group that was devoted to telling women not to have boy babies. Abort your sons. Praying hand emoji. Abort your sons, save your daughters. This is why I am begging y'all to abort your sons. Men will hurt us if they don't get what they want. You want your freedom. Stop birthing so many entitled, violent sons. I like how they genuinely feel like any man brought into the world is just destined to become this evil, evil, violent man. I don't remember what this tweet was a response to, but it says, "Who GAF? Most of these men that be killing and raping y'all were once babies too." Most of them? What about the other ones? Were they born, these evil, gigantic men? I think they should have been thrown in the garbage can. Save some future girl the trouble and abort your sons before he turns evil. Stop birthing boys altogether, girl or abort. Absolutely insane. It became so not about equal rights for women. It became solely about hating on men and female superiority. If women don't even want to birth boys, there's nothing men can say to ever fix that gender divide. Like they don't even want you to exist. A lot of people started to realize how extreme that had gotten. So then came the birth of things like the Tradwives. So as far as all of the Tradwife accounts go, I personally follow a few of them just for the aesthetic. I like to watch them wear dresses and play with sheep and make sourdough bread, and all of their bread has like little flowers on it. It looks so pretty. But there's so much controversy around that because they're saying, well, it's putting an unrealistic expectation in little girls' heads that this is how peaceful and perfect motherhood is going to go, which I can understand that. I grew up in a house full of a lot of siblings. Like I know it's not always perfectly smooth at all, actually. It's usually not smooth. That's the majority of the time. But there are also people trying to point out little things like the Tradwives aren't really about being a good mother. They're about being a subservient wife. I started getting posts like this on my Instagram. Why work for a boss who hates me when I could work for a man who's in love with me? And it's like this 1950s housewife in a big apron with ruffly sleeves, and she's serving the man his dinner. What is that? Eggs? It might be breakfast. I think she made him breakfast. And people started looking at stuff like that and going, I'm not sure if I want to say I'm working for my husband. I got this a couple days ago. It's the uncomplicated guide to being the perfect housewife. Number 1, have dinner ready. Plan ahead, maybe the night before, so that you can have a delicious meal ready when he walks in. A warm dinner shows you've been thinking of him and his needs. Plus, most men are hungry after a long day. Okay. He comes home from work. You've been at home. You're making dinner. Understandable. Number 2, prepare yourself. Take a quick 15-minute break to refresh, touch up your makeup, and maybe throw in a cute bow in your hair. He's had a long day. Be the bright, cheerful person he looks forward to seeing. It's where it starts to get a little weird. I don't feel like I would want to feel like I had to have on this perfect face of makeup and constantly look 100% at my best all of the time for my husband. Like, I would like to think that I could just wear sweatpants sometimes, you know? Number 3, clear away the clutter. Do a quick sweep of the house, books, toys, basically just clean up. Number 4, prepare the children. Quick cleanup goes a long way. Wash their faces, fix their hair, make sure they're dressed nicely. Shows you've been thinking of how to make him feel at home with his little ones looking their best. I feel like a father wouldn't care if his kids were in like collared shirts when he came home. Number 5, minimize noise. When he walks in, turn off the washer, dryer, or vacuum cleaner. Let the house be peaceful for a few moments. Have the kids calm down and greet him with a warm smile and lots of love. And that's followed by number 6, which is don't greet him with problems. Save any complaints for later. If he's late, don't sweat it. If he's had a busy day, instead let him unwind before diving into anything that needs attention. It goes farther than that. On a lot of the pages I was seeing, it was like, make sure you are 100% his peace. Never show discontent with anything. Never have any complaints. Never basically bring anything to him. So posts like that are sparking a lot of controversy because now women are writing these rule books and setting all these expectations for exactly how you should act as a woman. And if you don't, you're going to get ripped apart. And women are just screaming at each other because everyone's got different in their opinions, and it's just a whole mess.
A wife stays home and she's submissive, so she looks at me as the leader of the home. When we have a disagreement, guess whose word is the last call? Mine. Guess who gets to steer the ship? Me. Who has control of the finances at the end of the day? Me.
You know, when you get home, I take your boots off for you. Oh, I love doing that. If you ask me to do something for the businesses, I say yes, sir, and I do it.
A woman who doesn't understand what her role is not fit to be a wife. Your role is not to challenge your husband.
Right.
Your role is not to compete with your husband.
Right.
Your role is not to be an agitator or a nuisance to your husband because he's doing things you don't like. Your role as a wife is to be a homemaker.
Okay. What are the things that we don't like? That's my question. As somebody who wants to get married in the future, like, I wouldn't expect my marriage to look like that. I would expect things to be equal. I've had my parents as an example. They don't make a decision without asking the other person. They don't completely disregard the other person. They don't, go behind their back with anything. They don't go, this isn't your thing, this is my thing, leave it alone. They're equals on everything. Everything is together and shared. We don't get to tell women that they can't have a career. They have to be at this stay-at-home mom. Otherwise, they're failing as a mother. Or that they can't be a stay-at-home mom. They have to be this girl boss, or otherwise they won't be happy. No one gets to dictate that other than yourself. So women need to kind of stop attacking each other. I mean, I've even had pressure in my own comment section of people going, why aren't you married? Where is your family? Where are your children? You're 18 years old. You're going to be this old washed up maiden in 60 days and you have to hurry up and find your husband right now. That's a big tension right now. I've seen pretty much all of the women I follow on social media talking about that, how they're just being pressured into acting a certain way. Social media really has a way of getting people super riled up. I've discovered a whole new category in this topic between the division between men and women and what men and women's roles are. The red pillars.
That's why I argue that chivalry is putting a woman on a pedestal, because it's saying the man should still do for the woman, when really the natural order of the world is the woman submitting to the man and doing for the man.
I like that feminists were mad about chivalry because they said that it was treating us like we were weak, like, oh, I can't pay for my own meal or hold the door open for myself. And now we have women that are mad about chivalry because it says it's putting us on a pedestal. Like, literally, how is a guy supposed to be nice?
Dating a woman that's more than 2/3 of his body weight, the woman should feel smaller. She needs to feel like he could kill her, but he's not gonna.
Oh my
if
gosh.
I'm holding a girl and
no.
Subconsciously, she knows that if I wanted to, I could pick her up and throw her into the wall.
No.
But I'm not. She's like, okay, I trust him. He's in control of me.
Oh my gosh. I love that he tries to make it sound like there's almost this urge or this desire to pick a woman up and throw her into the wall, but he's just in control of it. He wants to, but he's not going to because he's a good guy.
Maybe if you get over a certain weight, your husband can divorce you. And no, the men can get fat, the women can't. Yes, ladies, double standards, because we are supposed to be the beautiful ones. We are supposed to be the good-looking ones. That is not men's job. But yet, women, the first gut reaction, well, what if he gets fat?
I found her on TikTok. She's an interesting one. She's kind of like the biggest name in this weird genre of women that kind of hate women. They're kind of self-loathing.
The question is, what have women done to deserve fidelity?
Oh.
Modern women have higher standards than ever. We bring less to the table than ever. What have we done to earn loyalty? We used to bring the loyalty up front. We used to come in with wife skills.
So women don't deserve loyal husbands. This is a terrible thing to promote. As a young unmarried woman, I would look at that and go, marriage sounds terrible. I don't want to put my 100% all into serving someone who isn't going to serve me back or love me in the same way, who might go cheat on me and I don't deserve his loyalty. So we had the man-hating, the super extreme feminists. You had Joy on The View saying that women don't need men.
Do we need men?
Men were feeling so attacked that now we have this whole new movement where now women are being attacked and women are attacking each other. Women are biting the heads off of other women for not being trad enough, for not being submissive enough, for not doing this or that, or they're not the good mother because of this. Men and women, we were put on this earth together, to serve each other, to work together, to have families together. We don't want men being afraid of being shamed by women just for simply existing or feeling like women aren't gonna birth male babies anymore. And we don't want women being scared of getting married or being mothers because of this stuff that you're seeing on the internet that's just honestly out of control. There's just so much division between men and women. There's so much animosity and all of these expectations that are being placed on all of us. So my hope is that my generation, Gen Z, is smart enough to try and not fuel the fire with all of these issues that are dividing the genders. My generation's all the future mothers and fathers and spouses. So I'm hoping we can all decide to strike a balance between the genders and end all of that division there. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And this is, like I said, my first video. I've never done anything like this before. I'm not used to this whole setup. So this is going to be a learning curve, but I appreciate you guys so much. And I'm so excited to see what comes next. It's going to be so fun.